Okay, everybody, we've got a new flight today. Listen, you have reached Airstat Perry. Airstat is a charter company based in Columbia, South Carolina. We can do everything you need done in an airplane. And I'm Perry, Chief Pilot. And we hope that you're enjoying these videos. Do us a favor, like and subscribe, and help us grow this channel. We've got a great flight today. We're going from Tampa, Florida out to Fort Collins, Colorado. Going to have a little bit of a headwind, so it'll be a nice 4-hour adventure. But hey, tag along. I'm with also with co-captain Lloyd Oriel, and we're looking forward to having a great trip.
Mission to film this dog and put him on my YouTube channel. I love German Shepherds. Absolutely. Oh, awesome.
Any last tricks? Do you want to buy the wing?
Oh, absolutely. Now, that's fine. We'll put some gas on board. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Put some gas on board and we'll be ready.
Hydraulic pressure and quantity.
All right, here we go.
All right. Altimeters are checked. Autopilot, yaw damper, flight director, all flight instruments are set.
Beautiful.
All right. Yeah, ground Falcon 156 Romeo Echo, we're ready to taxi from shelter.
156 Romeo Echo, Tampa ground, runway 1 right, taxi via Sierra and Delta.
1 right via Sierra and Delta, Falcon 156 Romeo Echo. You're clear right?
Clear right.
All right, park and brake is off. Taxi lights on, slats and flats are on the move.
Get on the running up 25, 23. American 25, 23, go. Yeah, here, gate Fox 21, we don't have star, we request permission to start the engine. American 25, 23, approved as requested. Just use caution, there is their vehicle directly behind you.
All right, thrust bursar if you want to check it.
Yes, sir.
It worked on the way in.
Okay, Sierra.
Here we are on Sierra.
Bellow 97, 10 after departure, flighting 010, runway 1 right, clear for takeoff.
010, clear for takeoff, 1 right, Bellow 97, 10.
Right on schedule.
Number 6 Romeo Echo, Tampa Tower, runway 1 right, line up and wait.
1 right, line up and wait, Falcon 156 Romeo Echo. Alrighty.
All right, line up and wait.
Tampa Tower, South 3953, 1 left.
Southwest 3953, Tampa Tower, runway 1 left, clear to land, Tampa wind 01014.
1 left, clear to land, Southwest 3953.
Warner panel is clear.
Excellent.
Bellow 9710, contact departure, see ya.
See ya, Bellow 9710.
November 156 Romeo Echo, after departure, flighting 010, runway 1 right, clear for takeoff.
010, clear for takeoff, runway 1 right, Falcon 156 Romeo Echo.
All right.
Power set. Got 3 good ones. Airspeed is live, both sides. There's 80 knots.
My tops.
There comes. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear, lights. Yaw damp on, please. Clean on schedule.
Tower Delta 1525, RNAV visual 1 left.
Delta 1525, Tampa Tower, runway 1 left, clear to land, Tampa wind 01013.
1 left, clear to land, Delta 1525.
None detected.
All right, heading 010.
Number 6 Romeo Echo, contact departure, see ya.
Switching 6 Romeo Echo, see ya.
Wind shear. Wind shear.
Departure Falcon 156 Romeo Echoes 1000, heading 010.
6 Romeo Echo, 188.
18.8, why is this thing not?
And Tampa Tower, Pilatus 983, Sierra
18.
Charlie, almost ready. Hold short, 1 right, ready when you are.
JetBlue 2374, after departure, flighting 010, runway 1 right, clear for
You'll
takeoff.
come 1 or 2.
Departure Falcon 156 Romeo Echoes out of 2000, 010 heading.
18.8.
Departure Falcon 156 Romeo Echoes, runway 010 out of 2,700.
Make equal 1740.
Try that. Departure Falcon 156 Romeo Echo 010 heading out of 3,700.
Falcon Romeo Echo Tampa departure, thanks. You're ready to contact line, maintain 12,000.
12,000, 6 Romeo Echo. Gosh,
And 1
I'm gonna
Fox
have to cut
Papa,
that.
turn 10 degrees
12,000
contact
selected.
1357.
Yeah, that radio's acting up.
12805.
Yeah.
10 left and 2875, 1 Fox.
There's
23,
10,000
10,000.
Captain Son.
6,000.
2374
Can
departure, ready to
unsterilize the
contact line,
cockpit.
maintain 12,000.
12,000, JetBlue 2374.
Romeo Echo flighting a 350, contact 12805.
350 12805 6 Romeo Echo.
7 Gulf Mike flighting
350
360.
heading.
360, 7 Gulf Mike.
Legion 2633, crossing traffic 2 o'clock, 5 miles, 8,000 beneath you eastbound, they're descending.
Departure Falcon 156 Romeo Echoes out of 11, climbing 12,000.
Number 156 Romeo Echo, Jack Center, clear direct to Toy, climb maintain flight level 210.
Direct Patoy up to 210, 6 Romeo Echo. 21.
210.
Direct Patoy 4. There we go. Nav.
And select, out select.
Patoy.
Awesome. Accelerate to 300 knots.
Okay. Hey, Gator. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? You're beautiful. Oh, look at you. Hey, Gator.
That is an excellent dog. Very well trained.
I love German Shepherds.
Oh, I love them too. I want another one. You ever had one?
Not a German Shepherd, no.
I've had 2, Rhett and Lexi. All right, that's 300 knots.
Velo 9710, climb maintain flight level
Autopilot's
260.
260, Velo 9710.
Falcon 6 Romeo Echo, climb maintain flight level 260.
Flight level 260, Falcon 6 Romeo Echo.
260.
Armed.
The Japanese have a technique, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's pointing at things. So that's why every time we get an altitude change, it's set in, and we both point to it to verify that we've seen it. I can't remember the name of that deal, and I think they use it on the bullet train.
Oh.
It's for safety.
Yeah.
And so you're pointing at stuff as you're changing it or being asked to change it.
It's kind of a verification step.
Yep. Just so you don't forget. All right, we're passing flight level 180, 2902.
Number 42 Bravo, reset your transponder squawk.
Is
set right?
3007, 3007.
3007.
Pressure's coming up.
Cabin sign is off, rec lights are off. Everything's good.
Number 90 Foxtrot Echo, contact Tampa 118.8, good day.
That's a crazy view right there.
Maybe some neck surgery.
That's pretty cool. So we're just flying along here, and our passenger came up, asked me how I got into flying, and which now I've been flying for about 42 years, I think. I soloed an airplane on Pearl Harbor Day. No, that's when I got my private license. Is that significant at all? Pearl Harbor Day? But
FlexJet 607,
yeah, I
contact
just
Kansas City Center
was interested in grade school, reading books. 60 seconds over Tokyo, things like that, and then I start sketching airplanes a little bit and learning the parts of them, and I never really thought I could be a pilot. I wasn't really good at math, and so I figured, well, you got to be good at math.
here's the math you need to be in aviation. Anything you can do on these fingers. That's about it. So anyway, going through college, and I'd looked into going to learning how to fly, and it was a beautiful fall day. I was sitting around with nothing to do. I'm like, I'm going to the airport.
Southwest 1451,
Start
Kansas City
taking
Center,
flying
good
lessons.
afternoon. You can expect more of the same ahead in the descent. Very
Got my private pilot's license. It's just kind of thought it was a hobby. And then my flight instructor said, you know, you could do this for a living if you wanted to. And I thought, really? So I transferred down to Embry-Riddle. Got out of there. Was a flight instructor for a couple of years, and then got my first corporate gig. And I was flying an Aztec for a company. I could fly an Aztec for 2 days and make more than I could in a week of flight instructing. So I'm like, I'll do that anytime y'all want. And the next thing you know, they wanted somebody to fly in their jet. So off we went. So I've always done corporate, fractional, and charter, and 42 years worth. But how about you, Floyd?
Well, you know, I grew up in Pensacola, Florida, so that's home of naval aviation. So
Yeah.
I grew up watching jets and helicopters coming and going,
Yeah.
you know, my entire childhood. I joined the Army in 1986 with a thought of doing the high school to flight school thing.
Right, right.
When I go and get my, I'll take the FAST test, I did great on it,
Yeah.
and then I go get my Class 1 flight physical, and I had astigmatism.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't qualify.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, you know, that was a
So
kick in
you
the
figured
gut.
you weren't going to fly.
Yeah, that was a kick in the gut, so I did
November 738 kilo, contact
did
forward
my,
center 135.45.
time in the Army, and in 2004 I came back from I had 20 years in the
20
Army.
years, awesome.
Yep. And so 2004 I came back from Alaska and decided, you know what, I'm going to start learning how to fly.
Yeah.
So I went to the local flight school there in Augusta. Retired Army colonel was running that flight school and started flying with him, got my ratings from private all the way through commercial there.
Come aboard, and I'll come higher for you in just a moment. Clear some traffic.
Retired from the Army in 2006. You know, went to industry for a while. Started my own business. Did that till 2019. And that's when I started doing this.
That's awesome.
But you, here I am. You know,
yeah,
4,000 hours later, sitting in a Falcon at 40,000 feet.
And when you came on with us, you had how many hours of flight time? It was
less than 900.
Less than 900 hours, you know. And
Yeah.
so second career, third career.
Yep.
You know, it is pretty amazing that you can do that. And for me, I always, you know, it was always you had to get in that flying thing. I don't think there's many people that did the second career thing back in the 80s. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just seemed like you just got into that flying track and served your time and worked your way up. But things are kind of different now. But it's awesome. What's the best part about charter flying?
Brickyard 3531, flight level
About
370.
every flight's different.
Brickyard 3531, Kansas City Center, welcome.
It's not the same, you know, airports, you know, day in and day out, you know, something different every flight just about.
I like the fact that the people that you run across, you know, you meet all kinds of people and
Yeah.
and animals. I had a flight one time, picked this guy up in Texas, and that's important to the story. And the flight sheet said that they would have a parrot. The passengers would have a parrot and a gun. And they did. It was Texas, you know. But yeah, it was hilarious. Brought a parrot in a cage, and they were moving it for their daughter. And it's like, you know, parrots live forever, so it's not like you leave the thing behind. But
FlexJet 727, contact Kansas City
Parrot and
Center
parrot in a cage.
120.72.
I guess that's not too uncommon because I had a
2072, FlexJet 727.
same situation. Had a flight sheet that said, you know, one pet, a parrot. And I think we were picking up in Bradley.
Mike Papa, climb maintain flight level 450.
They brought the bird on.
That's
It wasn't a parrot.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can call it a parrot.
November
It was a
173 Golf Coast,
parakeet.
contact
Oh, yeah.
Kansas City Center
Gosh, I wonder if it's the
125.67.
same
Good day.
people. But anyway, and we've had our share of dogs. The most dogs I've
November
had.
912 Golf Whiskey, contact Fort
was
Worth
8.
Center on
That's a lot of
132.907.
32.
That takes some people who are leaving the United States, expats, retiring, selling everything, and they were going to go live in Costa Rica, and they had everything they could step on the airplane, plus 5 dogs and 2 cats. That flight was filled with fur. The only dog that I can say, well, I won't say I didn't enjoy it, but years ago, one time I took something called a Polish mountain sheepdog, which if you imagine something as big as a polar bear with white, long, fluffy hair, I looked like my pants had been turned into an alpaca sweater. We had to lint rollers. We wore out a lint roller. That thing had more fur. I've only seen one my whole life, though.
Yeah, we'll probably have to take care of some of that with this German Shepherd that we got today.
This is the nicest dog I've ever seen. So we're at 40,000 feet here. We got an hour and a half to go, 523 miles out. We do have still 120 knots of headwind. It's wintertime. That jet stream is cranking. Over the ground, we are doing 337 knots. We'll come home a little faster than that. And we have it pulled back roughly Mach 8.0, burning about 2,100 pounds per hour.
November 2 Mike 5, maintain follow 410.
But it has at least been nice and smooth.
Just the 25 rudder.
Although probably we'll get a little bit of bumps descending into the Denver area. That's typical. Okay, a shout out to Floyd's wife. Dear Ruthie, made cookies. Yes. Can't wait to get into those. Yes, absolutely. Life is good. Awesome. So I just started reading this book. This is by Erik Larson, In the Garden of Beasts. And I've only gotten like maybe 20% into it. But basically it's about prior to World War II. And it's specifically about the ambassador that FDR sent over there. Well, he couldn't find anybody that wanted to go and be an ambassador to Berlin in 1939. Imagine that. But the crazy thing about it so far is that it is amazing that people did not believe Hitler was doing the thing.
November 0 Echo Tango, climb maintain, flight level 430.
They just couldn't believe it.
Can't put level 430. November 0 Echo Tango, climb maintain, level 45.
And he had his goon squads dragging some Americans and dragging them off to prison and beating them, and America did nothing about it. It's unbelievable. So we'll see how this book goes, but it's been pretty interesting so far. And oh, yeah, this is one of the odd things. One of my things about history that I think is really interesting is when people do things for a particular reason, but obviously you never see the unintended consequences. This will knock you off your socks. What was the name of the gas
Kansas City, UPS 2190, flight level 390.
Exterminate
2194,
all
Kansas
the
City
Jews
Center, hello.
in the concentration camps? Do you remember what that gas was called? That they would drop it down in the concentration?
What mustard gas was it?
No, it was called Zyklon B.
Oh.
Yeah. You know who invented it? He invented this chlorine gas, and his name was Fritz Haber. He was Jewish.
Oh.
Is that one of the greatest ironies you've heard? I forget, why did he invent it? He was looking for an insecticide, and he invented cyanide gas,
Jet 25, level 4,
and they used it to fumigate
Open to Jet
structures
25, Kansas City Center,
that were storing grain. At first, it was called Zyklon A, but it would be transformed by German chemists into a more lethal variant, Zyklon B, invented by a Jew. That is unreal. So I'll let you know how this book reads. From left to right, mostly. All right, in the descent now. We got to cross Dundee at 230. 250 knots.
You got ATC? I'm gonna call Jet Center.
All right.
All right, I'm off. Fort Collins Jet Center, this is Falcon 156 Romeo Echo.
Roger, Jet Center.
Yeah, about, looks like 20 minutes out from you. We're picking up one passenger. We'll be on the ground for about an hour. We'll need fuel. The panel will be set for that.
You're a little broken there, but I heard you guys are taking up one passenger. You guys need fuel. Yeah, we see you on the tractor and we'll move around.
See the mountains, the Rockies out to the west there.
With the current situation.
Okay, I'm back. They know we're coming.
37 limit descend via the down 5 arrival of the Springs altimeter 3000. 3000 descend via the down 5.
Let's do the fuel transfer, please.
All right, here we go.
614.
5,000, 10 miles out, let's say. Airport's at 5,000, 10,000 feet.
Sounds
See
like
what
a
that
winner.
looks like.
10 at 10.
Yeah.
6,300.
Indian Territory. It's an aviation joke. That's where all the warriors,
Tower
chieftains,
38 Delta, do you have the one off your left
Navajos
side?
are.
Oh, Piper.
Yep, all the Piper aircraft named after.
Roger, they're about 9.
That is Front Range Airport, I think, although I think they renamed it, and there's Big Denver.
Tower 6 Romeo Echo, Denver altimeter 2993, descend and maintain 13,000.
130. There's 18.
Below 18.
There's that. 2997 at the
2997
field if you want to.
Is set. We're down to 13.
Set.
November 614, contact Denver Center 133.4.
Okay, we landed on 15. FBO's right in the middle. I don't know that I'll make Alpha 3 or not. We may just roll to the end.
All right.
We'll see.
You want the RNAV to 15 for SA?
If you want to. Yep, that works.
All right.
Or we could take the 2,189 foot runway 24.
I think you can get it stopped.
Oh, I'll get it stopped.
I bet you can.
I don't know if it'll be on the runway or not, but I'll get it stopped. Like, eventually all flying stops. It's kind of like a doctor told me. Eventually all bleeding stops. That's how soon can you get it stopped? 34 miles out. Can you see it? YouTubers, 34 miles out, straight ahead. There's an airport.
November 4461.
It's the pretty hard part about flying is finding the airport.
If you hear this transmission, contact
Especially
Denver Center
when all the surroundings are
133.4.
brown.
November 614, 133.4.
It's just east of Horseshoe Lake, so.
Yep.
Can't miss the lake.
And it's even worse at night because the darkest spot is the airport. They keep the airport lights, the runway lights down to dim. There's a little bit of mountain wave turbulence.
Skyhawk 091,
air being pushed over the mountains, starts swirling.
Indicate 6,500.
I'm looking out for that traffic, 66091, thanks for the heads up.
Falcon 6 Romeo Echo, fly heading 330.
Heading 330, 6 Romeo Echo.
There's a 330 heading.
Falcon 6 Romeo Echo, traffic 11 o'clock, 7 miles, maneuvering altitude indicates 11,100.
We're looking 6 Romeo Echo. And he's crossing right in front of us too.
Number 6 Romeo Echo, just level off at your present altitude when you're able.
We're at 13,000, 6 Romeo Echo.
That was a sign, wasn't it?
Continue down and you'll call base.
There's 50 feet.
NOCO Towers, Skyhawk 325, 5 miles to the east.
Cessna 5 Sierra Papa, enter left downwind for runway 15, report midfield.
Enter left downwind for runway 15, report midfield 325 Sierra Papa.
The reverse here?
Yeah, we can do that.
4-4 Echo Alpha, is midfield right down. I'm still got that traffic ahead of me in sight.
4-4 Echo Alpha, roger, follow that traffic, and they're extending downwind.
Roger, follow that traffic, 4 Echo Alpha.
Falcon 6 Romeo Echo, turn left at Alpha 2, taxi to the ramp via Charlie, monitor ground.
Alpha 2 to the ramp via Charlie, monitor ground, 6 Romeo Echo.
After landing checklist.
In progress.
Ames Color 592, 5
Number
runway
one
heading,
is
runway 15
down.
clear for takeoff.
Got a guy right there.
Okay.
Cessna 512 uniform, no code ground, runway 15, taxi via Bravo Alpha, cross runway 6 on Alpha, taking the departure direction.
8 minutes early.
Awesome.
Cessna 2 uniform, roger, thank you.
£1,310 used.
Ames Caller 808, fly runway heading, runway 15 clear for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, runway 15 clear for takeoff.